It's the MOPOWERZ, and we are BACK again on another sucker free live on YouTube. How are you all doing? Me, I'm doing fantastic as always, and I hope that you are having a fantastic day, learning something, doing something new, doing something that you've always wanted to do. This has been a perfect opportunity for you to do it. So if you haven't done it, you need to start doing it. Don't wait until January to make it a New Year resolution. Do it now. Besides, you can start a resolution, a new resolution, anytime that you get ready to. Am I correct? Do we agree? Right? And I know that you all have been seeing me in a lot of Wisconsin gear lately and things like that. That's because I got sponsorship from Wisconsin. So thank you, Wisconsin, for the sponsorship and encouragement. Um, this video here, you all, is about black entertainers. Black entertainers. But not only black entertainers, but black politicians. But we're going to stick to black entertainers, seeing that that is the headline for this video. Black entertainers do what for black people? What do black entertainers do for black people? They absolutely do nothing. I mean, you can go from Oprah Winfrey, you can go to Bill Cosby, you can go to R. Kelly, you can go to Lil Boosie, you can go to, Lil Wayne, you can go to whoever you want to go to. But we're going to get to Lil Boosie in a minute since that he came up. But black entertainers. Black people allow black entertainers to speak for them. They allow the media and those who are in the shadow curtains behind the media push these black entertainers into your face, promote them. Most of them whom are athletes or actors. Athletes and or actors. Let's get that straight. During your time of crisis, after you have spent your hard-earned money in regards to seeing them in concerts, in regards to spending your energy, your time into these black entertainers who don't have any of your best interests at hand. Because if they did, they would not allow you to be in the state that you're currently in, meaning Black America. They would not do it. Would you do it? If you had $50 million, would you allow your people to be in a bad economic situation? Now, granted, now check this out. They have contracts that they sign with these people that's in the industry, whereas they can't do for you. Yet still, there is something that they can do for you, but they don't and they won't. And they don't and they won't because they are involved in their secret societies. Not only that, contracts signed stating that they will not help benefit any part of the black community from their ascension to the top. That's within their contracts. Not only with that, being said, it is also in their mental impairment. And why is it a mental impairment? Because they are bound to some form of oath, secrecy. Some people say that I'm a part of a secret society. But even if I was, or even if I am, I would not tell you. That's part of the oath. But I am a part of an oath. And that oath is being true to one's self. True to oneself is who I am, meaning I am that I am. I don't need a Masonic order. I don't need a Amun Ra order. I don't need a Christian order. I don't need a Muslim order. I don't need none of that order. I don't need any of that. I just represent truth. I just represent truth. I'm not an entertainer. I'm not an agent. I'm not a spy. I'm not any of that. But those who bring truth, their numbers don't be right. Their numbers don't be right, but like I said, I don't control it. I just want to reach the mind of those whom it is meant to reach. Those who are on the same frequency that I'm on. That is my purpose. Not to be a black entertainer that tells you to use drugs, not a black entertainer that tells you to kill a black man, not a black entertainer that tells you to call your woman a whore, not a black entertainer that relishes in going to prison, doing the bid, not a black entertainer of that, but I am a black person who will stand up and defend himself and his family. That I am a black person of. I am a black person of waking one up in truth, in enlightenment, in science, in math, in connecting dots to what's really going on globally. Not a black entertainer that tells you to sell drugs. Not a black entertainer. But this is what you listen to. Not a black entertainer that tells you to try lean. Like Lil Boosie. That's right, Lil Boosie tells you to try this lean. That's going to destroy your body, but not only is it going to destroy your body and deteriorate your bones, it's going to alter your way of thinking in a way that Popeye's chicken have, which tells a person to go stab another person for a chicken sandwich. You see what I'm saying? All of these black entertainers now on social media, they're jobless. Concerts are not rolling like they used to. Shows are not rolling like they used to. The industry is shut down. So they come to where you're at, the little people, where you're eating at right now. And they're eating all of your food. Eating all of your food, spreading cancerous lyrics on a stage where you have people who are trying to uplift the people. Now, I'm not saying that the mass majority of YouTubers are uplifting the masses of people. No, I'm not saying that. That would be totally erroneous. But what I'm saying is, now that these entertainers, black entertainers, like your Rick Ross and your Lil Boosie and your Lil Waynes and your Drakes and all of these people, even though he's a Jewish guy, I'm just saying, remember I told you about copying your culture? That's a whole nother entity dealing with humanity. And in that humanity, those who rule humanity have no humanity. This is another reason why we are in the situation that we're in. In fact, seeing that you have black entertainers that is speaking for black people, let me ask you a question. Have you ever seen a white entertainer or a white athlete speaking for white people? I don't think you have. I've never heard of a white athlete or a white entertainer speaking for white America. You know why? Because they don't speak for them. So why would you let them speak for you? Here it is. Not only is this guy, Little Boosie, promoting you lean, which deteriorates your bone and alters your brain, he takes his son, to do what? Get a blowjob by a prostitute. 12 years old. 12 years old. Do you think that's right? Do you think that's wrong? Now, with the parent permission, you may say it's right because with the parent permission, a person can get married to a younger person, whether it be male or female. With the parents' permission, it's legal on paper. But with prostitution, you don't need any paper. That's not breaking the law. That is a moral decision that a parent would make. But having those type of morals, being the black entertainer that he is he a person that you would want in the front line as an image for black people? Would you want that? Would you really want that? Now, granted, you have males, black males that were molested or seduced by older black women. Is that a crime? Because I know someone personally who was seduced or took advantage of by an older black woman. They didn't report it. In fact, they actually enjoyed it. They actually enjoyed it. In fact, it turned them on so much that they began to like older women. Is that a bad thing or a good thing? But getting back to Lil Boosie, seeing that a person have sex with everybody whom the other person has had sex with, is that a good example or a good invasion of one's body or an invasion of one's spirit at such a young age? I mean, you think about it. It's like you having a child who is who routinely watches Animal Planet, who routinely watches Planet Earth, who routinely watches National Geographic, who routinely watches the History Channel. And you have children out here like that. And they are all different colors, all different hues. They don't watch the killing. They don't watch the bombings. They don't watch the prostitution. They don't watch the negative influences that media gives them. In fact, as an adult, you protect your children from watching such programs. I know that my parents did, and my parents was my mom and my dad. Okay, and she dictated what we watched and what we didn't watch. But now with all of this technology, it's hard to keep up with the children. And in that being when she dictated what we watched or what we didn't watch in a good manner, not a bad manner, but in a good manner. When she did that, she kept negative influences out the way, negative influencing programs. And there were bad influencing programs back on TV, back in the 80s, back in the 70s. Yes, there were, even though they were bad at programming. And you may have had some more sincere black entertainers that made moves for black people, which you did. But not only that, they knocked down doors for black entertainers to have these clowns that we have today that call themselves black entertainers that don't even represent black people, who are part of the boule, who is part of helping to kill you, yet give you nothing and take all your riches from you. If you did not give your energy and your economic resources to them, they will not be rich. How would you feel, having really thought about it? How do you feel having paid someone to tell you to kill yourself? How do you feel having to know that you paid someone to tell you to go drink, use, consume something that is going to cause you death? But these are the people that you worship. These are the people that you idol. These are the people that you follow, yet they do nothing for you. You think about that. Now, with the example that I gave you, okay, on how one is reared watching certain programs on television, think about one having had sex with one person, yet having sex with many persons at 12 years old. It was not that to the individual that I was describing to you, his parents gave permission for the older female to take advantage of him. It just took place. But here it is. You have an adult giving permission for one whom have had sex with many individuals to do this. Do you see how that can disrupt one's psyche? You say, well, probably not. We are in a real state. We are in a real state where real things happen. No, that's not the way things are supposed to be. We are living in a savage state of being, ruled by devils, ruled by savageness, ruled by demons. If you think I'm lying, check this out. If you was to take all of your economic resources away from the industry, what would they have? What would your black entertainers have? And I specifically say black entertainers because white athletes and white entertainers do not speak for black people. Everybody sit around that's black, not everybody, but a lot of black people sit around, talk about Michael Jordan. Sit around, talk about Isaiah Thomas. Sit around, talk about Oprah Winfrey. Sit around, talk about Bill Cosby. Sit around, talk about Bill Cosby. And all of these other new athletes, Kobe Bryant, which is not new. Sadly, he transformed and left somewhere else. But as I know, he's in the ground, sadly, because of some helicopter crash. But the point that I'm making is this. What have they done for you? If you take away all your resources, but not only do you make them rich, you make the same people who hate you, you make them rich too. It's all about the dollar. It's all about the dollar. If you have a spokesperson or a person whom that you are donating your money and your energy to as a black representative, would Lil Boosie be a black representative? Will Lil Wayne be a black representative? Would Birdman be a black representative? Would Puff Daddy be a black representative? Would Jay-Z be a black representative? Would LL Cool J, which don't speak bad about black people? So yeah, he could be a representative. He hasn't done anything wrong, but he hasn't done anything either. Could Nas be a black representative, seeing that he's done nothing? And you allow the industry to continuously suck the life out of you from the talent of black people that is presented to you, yet you receive nothing in the end. And you still go to their concerts to hear the very same music that you bought on a CD or that you hear on the radio. But now, seeing that everything is locked down, where are they at? Consuming a platform that is meant for everybody, which it is. But don't you think after making $100 million, why is you on social media trying to get more money after you've already killed the people because you told them to go to jail, because you told them to use drugs, because you told them to go screw and have sex with your friend's wife, right? You've already told them that it's cool and okay to go to jail. You've already told them that it's cool to sit up on 22 and 26 rims and do nothing for the people that's admiring the lifestyle that you live, and them foolishly not seeing that they supplied you with that lifestyle, yet you give nothing in return. Nothing. And that includes Beyonce for the women. That does include Cardi B for the women. That does include Nicki Minaj for the women. Huh? That does include all of the actresses that's in the industry as well. Okay? And that does include your girl Cookie from Empire. That does include your girl Cookie from Empire. That does include Terrence Howard from Empire. That does include Jay-Z. That does include Beyonce, who don't give a damn about you. What did they buy their baby? A $500 million cradle, gold cradle, something to that extent. Yet, just them naming a school after him was okay for black people. And he don't even run the curriculum. His name is just on the building. Just the same as LeBron James. It's just the name on the building. But you see these white people names that's on this building? And you say, why are you making a difference between black and white? Because it is. Have you ever went to, which most of you have, went to a grammar school or high school or college or university, junior college or university, and never really understood the name nor the person whom the college is supposed to be representing? And most of them are white institutions. You have a couple of black institutions. Like you have that one, I think it's Spelman. But did you know what that general was known for? Slavery. And it's an all black college. I believe it's Spelman. It's not Howard. So it's Spelman. Spelman. Malcolm X College here, junior college here in Chicago. We know what Malcolm X stood for. And if you go to Malcolm X Junior College and you don't know what Malcolm X stood for, you do not belong in Malcolm X College. In fact, that should mean a lot of people, because most of them who graduated from their institution are not representing any type of black powerness. They are not representing any black oneness. They are not representing any black unity. And that's not being racial, because we're not harming anybody. We're not taking anything from anybody, unlike the European invasion upon the planet. And with that invasion upon the planet, it was a mindset. And in that mindset, they took over the mindset of all who buy into their matrix system. Black entertainers help you out on a boys club, or they help you on some other nonprofit organization that don't do anything for black people. However, during this part of quarantine, I forgot the gentleman's name. He paid the rent for the black community who needed their rent paid during the time of this quarantine. We could have had food deliveries. We could have had funds set up. But no, we didn't. Not from the black entertainers, not from the black athletes. Hell, you even had news how NBA and NFL players are going broke. Are you serious? I don't feel any sympathy from them, for them, nor actors, nor actresses for that matter. They've done nothing for you but help for you to coon for and dance and tell you to go kill yourself. Nothing of enliftment, nothing of enlightenment. And those who bring you information of enlightenment and upliftment, they are looked down upon. They are frowned upon. In fact, they don't even get the notoriety that they should. In fact, if you think I'm lying, look how many views Lil Boosie got, and look how many views Dr. John Clark has. Look how many views. Look how many views Cardi B has versus looking at the views that Mother Frances Cress Welsing has. Look at the views of Nikki Giovanni versus the views of Angela Davis. Look at the views of Cardi B versus the views of Nikki Giovanni, Harriet Tubman, Sojourner Truth, etc., etc., etc. Black entertainers. They don't teach you nothing about yourself, and they're not trying to teach you or help you to go yourself. They did kill two of them. They did kill two of them. In fact, one of them got away, and that was James Brown. But Prince and Michael Jackson didn't escape. And they were giving you information. They were giving you knowledge, not only about the industry, but about humanity. And you stupid black people still running around here killing each other. People ask me, man, why did Louis Farrakhan sell out? Black people don't listen. Even though he guilty, and he probably should have had his head chopped off, but he didn't. But he did so many things trying to make up for the wrong that he did. And I'm not standing up for the man. I'm just telling you, his works speaks for his actions, despite the fact he tried to brainwash you with Islam. But if you take the Islam out of that and just have the message, it's over. You have entertainers like, what's his name? Kendrick Lamar. He gets more views than H. Rap Brown. Huh? Did you hear me? These black entertainers get more views than Stokely Carmichael. Now, the people that I mentioned in the latter are all for the upliftment of black people. Yet their image is not at the forefront for the upliftment of the black people, because they have people like Rick Ross, Kendrick Lamar, Lil Wayne, Lil Boosie, Bobby Shmurda. Is that his name? Bobby Shmurda? King Von. And all of these other crazy Soldier Boy. I'm for real. Even 6ix9ine, he's a little Mexican kid. But this is what they give you. Even NWA, even though they talked about the destruction of the black woman, calling her a bitch and a hoe and a crack fiend. And to an extent, some of that was true because of what was going on in the world. But at least they had the balls enough to stand up to white authority. And they said, fuck the police. Because the police be on some bullshit. I know that, you know that, they know that, the FBI know that. And I know the feds watching anyway. They watch everything. They even watch these black entertainers. What do you think you get all of these paparazzi? These people are hired. These people are hired to do what they do. How do you think they get paid? I'm just saying, what is 50 Cent doing for you? Nothing. In fact, I was watching a movie on Netflix. Check this out. I was watching this movie on Netflix, and I forget the name of it, but Ludacris was in that movie. And what's that guy from Everybody Loves Raymond? He was his father, Terry, the ex-football player dude. He was in there as well, but he was trying to make a difference. But you had these black entertainers trying to kill the black man who wanted peace. What was the name of that movie? John Henry. Oh, John Henry. Why do every black movie that we see have to be about violence, drug selling? Why is there always a negative image of black people in movies and in music? You don't hear white people calling themselves honkies. You don't hear them calling their white women whores. You don't hear them call their white women bitches. You don't hear the Chinese calling their women bitches. You don't hear the white. You don't hear the, you got me? But this tends to make black people famous in the industry. And you with your foolish self can't understand that you are helping to fuel the flame for your own demise with your resources. You think about that. Black entertainers. We're not going to talk about white entertainers. However, Kevin Durant did help some people of Oklahoma a couple of years ago. But what about all these black homeless, miseducated, misguided kids? Kevin Durant, he did something for humanity. What about Charles Barkley? What have Charles Barkley done for humanity? Humanity. For black people. What have Charles Barkley done with that gift and talent that black people birthed him with? Now I understand he did something for his mama and his daddy, if he was around. What about Isaiah Thomas? What about Michael Jordan? What about Magic Johnson? You see? What about all of these new stars for Boston Celtics? What his name? I'm just saying. It's a whole bunch of their ass. I done already went over LeBron James and all them other people. I'm just saying, nothing. But you buy their gear from the NBA store. You buy their gear from the NFL store. You buy their gear from Nike. You buy their gear from Adidas. You buy their gear from whatever company that is owned by people who don't like you and whom they get money from because you're buying it and they give nothing to you. Check this out. I'm going to keep this so simple. If you were a dope fiend and you went to your drug dealer every day for 29 days, you was not short with $1, and you did not ask him for a favor. But on that 30th day, you was broke and you needed to get your fix on. Don't you think he should give you a bag just on GP? Don't you think he should give you a sack just on GP? Even a dope man will give you a sack or a play. These entertainers and athletes don't give you a play on SHIT. Nada. They don't speak up for you. They don't take care of you in your time of need, like now, like always. Back in the 60s, back in the 70s, back in the 50s, back in the 40s, you had black entertainers that would actually help the people. All of that is gone. Not only did they help the people, they made music that was uplifting for the people. Now you just have all of these black entertainers that is making music for the destruction of the people and are only out for themselves if they're athletes, because athletes don't make music. They just run up and down the court or a field and make money or get on the screen, and they just make money to entertain you. How about you entertaining yourself with something new? You think about that. You think about that. If I like something, and if I like something that is uplifting, I gravitate towards it. Even as a person, you know right from wrong. It's just that so much wrong is in the world that you can't even see right. It's so much wrong, so much filth, so much garbage and dross that you can't even see what's right, and you know what's right, but you can't even see what's right. Black entertainers. Do black people have any wisdom? Remember, your third eye makes you shine like jewelry. Your third eye makes you shine like jewelry. Knowledge is power. MOPOWERZ. Thanks for viewing.